tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you.
It's a toaster.
Charlie,
You have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected?
but you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the doctor.
Sorry, yes, indeed, ladies and gents, I'm just having a desperate swig of coffee to try and keep me awake. I am, as you may have guessed, cream cracker, ladies and gentlemen, cream cracker. I am a tired rabbi today, right? If I can, I'm going to climb into bed right after this stream. Climb the little wooden hill to Bedfordshire. That's my goal when I'm right in the stream. I mean, I could go to bed now. I'm absolutely shattered, mate. Oh, I mean, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. If you didn't see my show on Tuesday, I just became a grandparent. My son, well, his wife actually gave birth to two twins, and I mean, two babies that were twins. Two twins, I guess, will be four babies. It wasn't four. It was two, right? And it's amazing how much it turns your life upside down, right? Without you really, because I remember when I had kids, like, we didn't have any family around us. We lived in Miami at the time. And my parents were in England. They're England, and they split in the time between England and the south of France. Right, they had this like nice little retirement place in the south. They're probably overrun with migrants now, but yeah, they're my parents are brown bread for quite some time, so yeah, we didn't have anybody around to help us. Then my wife's family were in a different city. We're in Atlanta. That was like about 6-hour drive away, right? It wasn't far, but like we didn't have anybody on hand. It's very different for. I mean, it's good. It's good. Don't be wrong. I'm happy that they have us to lean on, right? Okay, so. One of the babies, I think, or two, or both of them are still in the NICU, NCIU. I'm not sure what it's called. Okay, and here's the weirdest thing about the whole thing, right? I'll be the traditional proud grandparent. Look at me, knackered, right? But they won't let anybody have any pictures, right? Because they're in they got tubes in their nose and stuff like that, and they're still like. Setting after being born. One that they had to use a vacuum to get one out, the first one. I'm like, that's a new thing? I didn't know. Okay, fine. They vacuumed the kids out. It was like a 15-hour labor. Went on for a long time. And anyway, so my son and my son and my daughter-in-law are being discharged from the hospital, I think, today. Right, but the babies aren't. So now they found an apartment or near to the hospital, so they can go and see the baby with the babies on Sabbath, which is tomorrow. But the point is this: my wife's making all food for them. It's like just all kinds of things. So anyway, this was my day yesterday. Where did it start? So again, I'm so tired I can't see straight. I really am. My wife got home was about 6. Right, we needed to do a bunch of stuff. I'm in recovery. I'm in therapy right now. So we had to go to therapy. And then after that, we had to pick up my son from the hospital, right, and drive him to his car. And then after that, we had to go shopping. right? We had to go shopping so we could make food for them to have on Sabbath, and and then at the same time, my wife has the idea that we should have this thing called a Shalom Zacha, right? Which I don't. Let me look it up so we know what it is. Again, she explained. We did them for my kids, right? But I thought you needed the kids there to do it, and they're not going to be there, right? This is it. AI, Google AI says is an informal Ashkenazi Eastern European Jewish gathering held on the first Friday night after the birth of a baby boy, typically at home. The event is a celebratory. Okay, we're celebrating one for newborns who traditionally served rounds of food, and typically serve round foods like chickpeas. I hate chickpeas. I'm not eating them. I don't like hummus though, weirdly enough. And I like falafel. Symbolizing the cycle of life. Can we symbolize the cycle of life with, I don't know, gumballs instead? I think that's a better idea. It's also seen it is also seen as a meal of consolation for the newborn, who, according to the tradition, is mourning the loss. Oh yeah, so it's a really cool Jewish tradition. I really love this tradition. That they say that an angel comes into the womb of the mother in utero, right, and teaches the babies everything, all Kabbalah, everything, how the universe works. So yeah, everything anybody could ever need to know, right? And then just before they're born, they get touched right above their top lip, causing this little dimple, right? And they forget the knowledge, but you never forget anything. They mislay the knowledge. Right, but they're in mourning for that right now, so that's another. But the babies aren't going to be here. So anyway, as I said, my son and daughter-in-law are not allowing the release of any pictures. What they do is they send us pictures on WhatsApp occasionally, if we're lucky. But you can only press on them once. That's it, and that's it. And they're not going to be named for another 2 weeks, I would have thought, right? They're named at their circumcision, the Brit Milah, right? So it's got an A and B right now, right? It is wild, right? It is wild. So anyway, this thing, the Shalom Zacha, we had to buy like chips and stuff to put out. It's like, it's not like a meal you put out, but it's like nibbles, right? Nibbles. Nibble? Would you like a nibble? I mean, you know what would be really good? Is if we Jews could have shrimp, right? A shrimp platter. Oh man, I miss shrimp. Shrimp is awesome. I was speaking to somebody earlier. They said they're about to have a bacon sandwich. I'm like, you enjoy it, baby, right? You enjoy it. I can't tell you how much I miss bacon. Bacon is awesome. And every time you sink your teeth in a piece of bacon, you go, oh, thank God I'm not Jewish. It's so good. Bacon is wonderful. And we'll get cakes and a fruit platter and whiskey, right? So the point is this: I'm kind of expected to speak, so I've been and there's actually a lot to talk about, right? There's a lot to talk about because it ties in. Each week in Judaism, you serialize the Bible, right? And where we are right now, it segs nicely into it. So I'm going to be saying something like. This is all true, right? Since I became a grandparent, a bunch of people came to me and said, "This is the greatest club in the world, right? The greatest club in the world to join." And they're absolutely right. They are absolutely right because you feel history moving under your feet, right? You see, before you have grandkids, you kind of feel like you're in the driving seat of life, reality, whatever. And then the minute you have grandkids, you kind of like. Want to say it's a generational shift, right? A generational shift, and you want so you go to your kids and say, "Hey, you drive, I'm fine. I'll sit in the back here," right? And I looked at these babies. I saw one. I see my father's face. My wife sees her father's face in the other, and they do look like them. It's so weird, but you are able to look back and you see This is much more in Judaism because we have a very well-defined genealogy, right? So I'm able to look back and see my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather, and see the line, right, that made me me, brought me to me. But now I'm also able to turn around and look in the other direction and see the future, right? And see, my son, my grandkids, right? And they're going to grow up, they're going to have kids, and you can see it continuing after you're gone, right? And it's wonderful, right? It makes you feel smaller because you see how you're a part in a much bigger chain, but it makes you feel much more bigger as well because you see how great that chain is, right? So literally, you feel history moving under your feet, and it's wonderful, right? It's really genuinely wonderful. I can't recommend it enough. If any of you out there aren't grandparents, I hope you're blessed with that sooner rather than later because it's lovely, right? So in this week's, it's called Parsha. In this week's the bit that we read in the Bible, it really ties in nicely, right? Because last week we have Jacob, right? Jacob decides to return to the land of Israel. What happened? Well, originally you had Isaac. Isaac wanted Jacob and Esau, right, to his brother, to work together. And traditionally you look at Isaac as like this little weedy Woody Allen like figure, right? and Esau was like this big Conan like Captain Caveman. You're like, how are they supposed to work together? That doesn't seem like they can work together. And they it's more like, the roles were more like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, like Luke Skywalker being Jacob, Han Solo being Esau, right? And working together. And that was the vision he had. But it wasn't to be, and they fell out, right? These two brothers, the twins, they fell out. And it was a bitter falling out, right? So last week we had Jacob decide, it's time to go back to Israel. And I did the same thing about 20 years ago. I walked home on the first day from synagogue. I used to done like the very, very early prayer service, like the 6:31, on the first day of Passover. I said, I got a great idea. We can fix all our problems. We could just move to Israel, right? And now she worked well. And then it took my wife about 20 minutes, and she heard it. And then she did all the work, right? She put everything together, got all the papers together, like literally did everything, very, very quickly. Right, when you move to Israel, it's called making aliyah. It's going up, right? And so we got approved our, return to Israel in breakneck speed. Okay, but in very quickly. Anyway, so this week, right, it starts off with Jacob. He's coming back to Israel, right, and he's terrified of his brother, right? He's terrified his brother's going to kill him. Says he's coming towards you with 400 men. I mean, you're going to get decimated, right? So, firstly, Jacob has a internal struggle, right? This internal struggle where he looks at himself and he sees who he is now compared to the idealistic, and somewhat innocent person that left, right? And he's a very different person now. He's older. He's got business, right? He's got these flocks. He's got these servants, right? He's got these wives. He's got children. All this stuff is making him older and weighing him down. And he looks at himself and says, who am I? Am I still the essential self that I was? The idealistic essential self I was all those years, 20-odd years ago when I left? Which is, again, something that you do when you reach milestones like that. And he wrestles with himself. There's a stranger appears and he wrestles with himself. And then, if the laws of kosher weren't bad enough, we actually get hit with an extra law from this story because the person he wrestles with, which I think was more himself, cripples him. Like he hurts him by hitting his thigh, right? And because of that, we don't eat the sciatic nerve, which means, right, we don't get our filet mignon. It's like, look, God. You took away from my shrimp. You took away from my lobster. You took away pork scratchings. I love pork scratchings. Oh, pork scratchings are so good. Took away from us bacon, right? And now filet mignon as well. Couldn't have Jacob been debilitated by being hit in a place where I don't want to eat, like his toenails, right, or his earwax? No. It's got to be the sciatic nerve. Okay, fine, whatever. So then he goes to meet his brother Esau, right? And he's scared. He breaks up his camp into two and says one is decimated. And when he gets to meet his brother, something incredible happens, right? That he didn't expect to happen. That instead of being met with anger and hatred and violence, right, he's met with love. His brother Esau was there and just completely loving to him. And this is what I think happened. I think Esau looked at Jacob just the same way Jacob looked at himself. And then, like, 20, 30 years ago when he ran, Jacob was like this irritating little hall monitor saying, you shouldn't do that. Now he looks like an adult, right? Again, he's weighted down with life. He's weighted down with family, with children, with flocks, right? With business, right? And Aesop looks at him and said, oh, this is a person I can relate to, right? So the word for brother in Hebrew is ach, right? Two brothers is achim, right? And the word for unity, right, in Judaism is achdut, right? So he sees the unity with his brother. He sees the achdut in being an ach, right? So, and I think that moved him, right? I think that genuinely moved him, and it's, I think it changed him, right? Because this is my blessing for these my grandsons, that their blessing should come from this. That we don't know what the future will hold, right? We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? We will get into fights. We get estranged from people. Yeah, my father and his brother were estranged for many years. You can choose to hold on to all that stuff. You can choose to hold on to the past, even though doing that. You hold on to those slights and the insults and the way you were right and they were wrong. And you can really hold on to that. And all that really does, holding on to the past, it sours the present, right? Or you could do what Aesop does, right? Right in this, and skip to the good bit, right? Just skip to the good bit, because as surely as dawn follows dusk, right? The sun will rise one day and things will be better, things will be different, and you'll be able to embrace it. Be it in this world or the next, right? You can skip to the good bit where they can embrace one another and they can see the unity, the achdut, right, in being an ach, being an achim, right? So that will be my a blessing for these children, that they, whatever happens in life, and they will fight, and they will things will happen, and they will be upset with each other, right? I hope they never forget the incredible treasure that it is, right, to have a connection with another human being. We have this intimate connection with another human being that a twin brother can only have, right? This incredible feeling of unity with one another, this achdut from being an ach, right? And I just hope I hope that blessing really lands on them, right? And instead of being caught in fights and recriminations, they can just skip to the good bit, right? Skip to the good bit where they can hold hands and they can reconcile, which is what we see in this week in the Bible, right? So that's essentially what I'm going to say, and it's looking forward to it. I tell you, looking forward. I would rather just go to bed early. So that's tomorrow night, Friday night on Sabbath. I'm not even sure what time we called it for, like 7:30. I don't know. Anyway, a lot going down, ladies and gentlemen. There is a lot going down. I was going to talk about the new Doctor Who magazine today, and the missing SFX magazine. What's up with that? SFX is late, right? And there's no sign of it whatsoever. Has it finally folded? I don't think so. But where is it? Should have been out yesterday, right? And it is missing in action. So that's strange. But we'll go the new Doctor Who magazine. Talk about the war between the land and the sea. I think there's some even more awesome mid-journey Doctor Who. That guy, he gets better every day, right? I'm not joking. Stuff he puts out gets better every day. All right, absolutely fantastic. So I really love what he's doing. All right, but now we have the announcement that season 21 is coming out, right? Which is awesome news. So what from the colored Doctor Who's, what are we missing now? We got 7, 8, 9, 10. 11. We're missing Pertwee last season and Key to Time. 11 and 16, right? Then if you count the black and white seasons, there's only 7 left, right? That's like 2 or 3 years till this whole collection's done. That's incredible, right? Because I don't see them doing a 4K release, right? I just do not see it at all, right? I mean, unless it gets much cheaper to do 4K releases. And it was a semi-story one, which I'm like, okay, Pete Mateague's back, and I tell you, this is the maddening thing about Pete Mateague. He knows his Doctor Who, right? If you ever seen the behind the sofa stuff and any of the Blu-rays, he's on like season 25, I think. or 24 or 26. I can't remember. With Joy Wilkinson, which is, I think it should be Joyless. Oh God, like I just don't get the aggressively not wearing makeup. You just look awful, right? You're a young lady. Why can't you just like not look awful, right? I'm not saying you got to tart yourself up, right? But like, oh my God, like the having your face sandpapered look isn't kind to anyone, right? And it's a man's world. Sadly, it's a man's world. I felt really bad. There's I will be plugging this. There's a widow I know who I knew their husband wrote. Her husband was wonderful, just this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. This absolutely wonderful, loving person, and he started this incredible charity called Loving World, where he created these this curriculum that like severely ended bullying in schools, right? It's really wonderful, right? So since he's passed away, I think it was a COVID death, right? Since he's passed away, his wife's been trying to run everything, and it's just like a lot for her, right? And that there is a commandment in Judaism to support the widows and orphans, right? So whenever she needs anything, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Again, I loved her husband, and of blessed memory. I really did. Just such a lovely, lovely, lovely person, and she's a lovely woman as well, right? They're absolutely my heart bleeds for her every time, because you can see that she's like it's like having your legs amputated, losing a spouse like that. It's awful, right? But she's doing this crowdfunding thing and again, I will be hitting you all up for it. Maybe a bit of Christmas cheer. Maybe you'll be able to give her $5. That'd be fantastic. But she's doing a promo video for it, and I had to say to her, look, I'm not ordering you to do anything, but you got to glam yourself up a little bit before you do these videos, right? It's just the way it is. It's a man's world, baby. You got to glam, and she's just like, she wasn't up for it, but she heard what I'm saying. But I'm like editing that. I really got to get it done tomorrow. I'm so behind on so many things. Anyway. Oh, what was I talking about? Season 21. My brain just seized up. Let's see, before we get to the chat. Do I have anything to look at? We should look at that, I guess. Again, look, this is such a weird lost generation of angry people, right? Who just can't stand losing cultural relevance, right? And my heart genuinely bleeds for them. I saw this video today. I mean, let's watch it together. It's like, again, I just found it like sad. I really wish that people could. There's some kind of like magic wand somebody could white wave, and the angst and the depression and the anger that so many of our youth today feel, angry leftists, as they feel, could just be put into perspective, right? There's people and like see the things people are uptight about. It's not really worth it. I mean, look, I'm in a very different place right now personally. I've been as I said, been in therapy, been in recovery. I've got this with the birth of these kids. I think I talked about it on Tuesday. I realized I had. I always knew I had this very narcissistic personality. But in all fairness, I am awesome. So what can you do? But I found the roots to it, right, and how not listening to it, right, which is what happened on Monday when these kids were born, that everything was okay, right, and the voice in my head saying, hey, it's going to be awful if you don't get what you want, because that made me had to be the center of the universe constantly, always, right, and it's just I feel so free from that now. Right, because I see that's like that's just nonsense, right? So look, I'm in a bit of a touchy-feely mood, for the whole world. I just want everybody to feel as grounded as I currently feel. I hope I continue to feel this grounded. This young lady does not feel grounded, right? And I really, again, feel absolutely terrible for her.
Should be able to calmly, civilly discuss stuff.
Excuse me. I thought you didn't want to be on
That's
camera.
not what I said, actually.
Okay, what's your problem?
What's your problem, bitch?
I'm doing an...
You're calling her a bitch. That means you do seem to have a problem. That's amazing, right? People of color, all the wokeness, it vanishes whenever they get hit with something they don't like. Man, I kind of feel that these Palestinian scarves people like to wear, or like something along those lines, they it's kind of like how the Italians became fascists, right? Mainly because the clothes were so damn cool, right? I really think that's the thing that moved Italy into fascism in the World War II.
Interview.
Do you believe in freedom?
It's not a good look.
You're not
for
a
you.
journalist.
What's the definition of a journalist?
I care so much what you think is a good look for me.
What's the definition of a journalist?
I'm not speaking with you.
Well, you are. You walked up, and you literally are speaking with her.
Okay, why are you blocking our camera then? Do you like attention
here?
Well, I think you don't want them there, but again, I think it's because this person it destroys their reality to have an opposing view there, right? And again, this is, I think, universal right now in like the sad, angry leftists of the world. Rusty Davis feels this way. I think Ben Cook certainly feels this way. Man, he's always raging about something. Is he in this month's Doctor Who magazine? I really don't know. Probably. I'll be surprised if he doesn't.
Because no one wants you here.
I'm in the middle of an interview. Thank you.
So where's your press pass?
I'm here doing an interview.
Where's your press pass?
Why do you need a press pass to interview somebody voluntarily?
Nobody's asked me officially to leave. You don't know what the definition of a journalist is.
Do you believe in freedom of speech?
No, she
How about
doesn't.
bodily autonomy?
No, she doesn't do that.
Do you believe my body, my choice? Okay, well then, that's interesting. Here we go.
I mean, just look at her, right? This is not mental wellness, right? I feel bad for her.
Obstructing free speech. This is it. They want to prevent speech is what's going on here.
Okay.
That sounds fair. She wants to prevent speech.
It's the typical, it's very fascist-like, and it's funny to shut down just a simple, you were just talking about it.
Yeah, you're a fascist, darling. That's exactly what you are, a fascist. You act like a brown shirt. Yes, you do.
It is. You guys are like allergic to, I don't know, discussion.
Allergic to your hatred
of what?
Your bullshit.
The only one being hateful is you.
Your racism.
You called me a B word. I don't even swear.
You have a right to your beliefs, but yet you will not extend them to others.
Don't touch her. Don't touch her.
We're not touching her.
I wasn't even looking at you. I can see you're not touching her.
Is that your security guy?
Yes.
My hands don't look in good shape either. Oh, again, they all look like, they're falling apart.
Yes.
It's just sad. Like, I don't understand. When I went to university, this would never happen. People would have enjoyed talking.
Excuse me, the real left fiercely upheld and defended free speech. Let's get that right.
That's actually
Don't touch me. I mean, like, really? It's like one rule for you, another rule for everybody else.
our security. That's our security if you go too close.
Oh, that's nice. I don't care.
Well, then don't go too close. It's typical. It's the echo chamber at the university. And the crazy part is how bad they make themselves look. I mean,
She's making a fair point. You do look awful.
if you have an issue with Rebel News, why be the center of attention in one of our reports? Like, why stop an interview? Why seek that type of attention? Why is that?
Because they just can't stand being wrong, right? But then again, I just watched today on Dad's channel, right? He had young Bob. I love young Bob, right? He's only 17. So, I mean, brilliant. This guy is brilliant. Right, he's going to have a great career in journalism. Right, he's going to have an absolutely great career in journalism. What's this? Let me tell you, this is something that I haven't seen yet, but everybody says it's the funniest thing ever. A drunk raccoon? Is it? I thought it was a drunk squirrel. I think, is this the one that everybody's been talking about? Okay. 1 second. I just found pictures. This is hilarious. Oh. Hang on, let me pull this up. So apparently a raccoon is in a liquor store and gets a lot of the liquor and gets drunk out of his mind, right? Okay, this is like they'll warm the cockles of your heart. So they found, look at this. Now, I think it's fair to say we've all been there, mate. We've all been there. We've all woken up in a similar situation. That is fair. This is the devastation that he wrought, right? I think I got a video of it. Oh man, this is fun. It's cute. Is this it? Let's try this one. Are we going to see him or what? Let's see him move around and get drunk. I just saw this picture. You're not doing anything for me, mate. You're not doing anything for me. Really? Okay. That's it? Okay, you're not impressing me. That is not impressing me. Let's try this other video I have of it. Maybe that's going to be a bit better. This one? Let's try this one. Oh, is that the one I just looked at? Yeah. Oh, that is a cute picture. Okay, hopefully this is a different one. Let's have a look.
Burglar is in custody after falling through a liquor store ceiling in Virginia. It's not what you think. This burglar was a raccoon. The boozy bandit was found passed out and drunk in the store's bathroom on Saturday. Apparently, it got into some bottles of whiskey and scotch. The store says the raccoon drank about $250 worth of spirits. The party animal now sobering up in a local animal shelter.
He's lucky he's not dead, right? He is genuinely lucky he's not dead. I think, isn't alcohol like poisonous to dogs? I'm really not sure. Anyway, with that, let's get to the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Enough fun and frivolity. Doink. Here it comes. She cried. You know what? Look, this is the weird thing, right? I do feel for Millie Gibson over here. No, man, this is a very good Millie Gibson AI animation. I do feel for Millie because, like, honestly, the quality of writing that Russell has been putting out for the last few years is shockingly bad, right? It is just, like, shockingly bad. You know, I'm not sure if you could have had a workable gay doctor story or era, right? Maybe it could be done, but, like, not the way they did it. That certainly didn't work. So anyway, Millie Gibson and for other settings, they just got the shittest scripts ever. They were just legitimately bad. And now the War Between Land and Sea, that's getting really good buzz everywhere. So we're going to look at that, right? It's getting really I think this actually might be a good show, right? But it's like, Doctorless Doctor Who. And that's the only way Rusty David can make. And once you get Doctor Who out of it, right, and you queer, weird Doctor Who, then you can maybe actually have a Doctor Who story, and maybe the environmental stuff in it won't be any more heavy-handed than anything by Malcolm Hughes. I don't know. Right now, I'm relatively optimistic about it. Weirdly enough, I've no reason to be optimistic about it. But I am. Because I think the buzz is getting seems to be genuine, right? And I don't know, Rusty Davis, they've always acted like this is the best thing they've done, right? Well, it couldn't be worse than any of the other shit they've done. I don't know. So yeah, I'll say about Pete Matee. We'll look at his promo for the Blu-ray season 21, which actually came out very quickly. I guess it's coming out in February. That sounds about 2 months. That sounds about right. But it's a very quick turnaround from what's the last one? Season 13. Season 13 was fantastic. I'm actually more psyched for season 21. It's much more my era, and I guess it completes the Colin Baker era on Blu-ray, and the Peter Davison one for that matter. So and introduces Perry. That's good news for me. But he knows his Doctor Who really, really well, and then he gets captured by the currents of the day and does absolute shit. What's that thing? What was the thing he did? What was the one with the podcaster? Oh, what was the name of that? Lucky Day. God, that was shit. I mean, it was shit. Maybe with him without a showrunner on top of him, will he be able to get over the woke politics stuff is the question, right? But yeah, so Rusty Davis writes relentlessly shit TV for the last couple of years, and only when everyone has moved on, he pulls out something good. Yeah, he's like, can you get a good script for me? I don't know. Zack Snyder's Lesbian Adventure. That's a weird story. He's working on a lesbian action movie with Tig Notaro, who played the engineer, I think, in the turgid Star Trek Discovery. Oh, let me see if I can find that thing. Hang on. Somebody sent me a picture. I think I saved it. Let me pull that up. Oh, here it is. Let me share that. This is great. Nothing explains the current state of Star Trek and what we hope for the future better than this picture. I know I'm building up a bit now, so it better be good. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Doink. Let me share that. Share screen. This is what we want to see. Oh, it's so perfect. Yes. Lock them away, right? Even Ensign Mount. I'm sorry. Could have been good, but real Star Trek captains sitting together, having a coffee, and these weird imposters. It's great. I'm really, really happy to see this. We live in strange times. We live in strange times, ladies and gentlemen. We do indeed. And the Star Wars Starfighter, that actually also looks pretty darn good, right? It does look pretty darn good. Very good AI. Doing evil things, making me happy. You can't argue with that. Fine with that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to the chat. OT is doing OT. They did what if Doctor died in turn left, which was interesting. Yeah, but it shows you there's a mistake going on. If the only thing you can make that's watchable is Doctorless Doctor Who, it means that maybe Doctor Who may not be for you anymore, right? That means you make Rusty Davis, maybe you need to move on. And we get, honestly, the fan stuff we get is so much better than anything official, right? But again, this Pete Mateague trailer was excellent. We'll probably start with that. Where we're up to. No, I'm reading the chat. I forgot. Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? Thank you for joining us. The Solar Engine is here. Yes. Are you looking forward to the Jodie Who spin-off about the fish people with the human face? Oh, Ecky Thump. I don't know. She does like the smell of fish, from what I understand. There's always... Yeah, whenever you entered Jodie's TARDIS, there was a weird smell of twiglets in the console room. I don't know why. If you don't get that joke, don't try and work it out. Only says, Archie Collins is here. So everyone will be wearing a burqa, probably. We need Starmer out now. We need Horus Heresy. Starmer's the worst, right? Your only hope is that he gets ousted by his party somehow, but he's got an iron grip on that. He's like Stalin, right? He has an iron grip on that party. You saying that makes me think Rusty Davis missed the bet. He should have just made them a previously unknown race of aquatic mammals related to genocide. Yeah, it's actually probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. Native Intensive Care Unit. There you go. EQ. Niku. Let me guess. Says Archie. Granny Lebetkin has gone full Jewish grandma. Oh yes. Yes, she has. Yes, she's been waiting for this for years. We had in our kitchen, right? We had our kitchen redone several years ago, about 5-6 years ago. No, 5 years. That's when COVID was going down, and because we had a leak and we had a claim, and so we have this big island in our kitchen, and then we got this other bit which has a lower bit which is a table, and my wife designed it that way. So grandkids could sit there and play with dough as she makes cookies or something, right? That's exactly why. Oh, you should wait for this all her life, and God bless her. I hope she enjoys every second of it. I'm loving every second of it. I hope she's enjoying every second of it. Again, although this morning, this morning, after we came home, right, and then we had all this baby stuff we had to wash. Because my wife's got a nursing pillow for our daughter-in-law because it's twins, and it's got a pillow cover, and she wants it. She wants it clean before she went there. She gives it to them. So I put that on last night, and as we came home from shopping at 10:30, 11, right, and that's when I passed out. She ended up staying because she was hungry. She ended up staying up till 1:30 so she can hang the thing out to dry. I woke up at 4. I was out cold at 11:30, right? And I woke up at like 4, and I staggered up to see if the thing needed to be put in the dryer, and it was already done. So then she gets up at like 5:15 in the morning, drives to my son's place, right, which is about half hour away, and then starts setting up it cleans it up, right? Cleans all the dirty dishes and everything in the sink, and strips the bed of the linens, which, you know, her water's broken it, so, you know, that can see why they wanted those washed ASAP, and like gets it cleaned up, and this is like 5-6 in the morning. Then she drives an hour and a half to go to work to Jerusalem to do her where she works. She has to give a tour and things like that, and then she comes home and she's cooking Sabbath. It never ends, and I'm exhausted. God knows her, but she's I think she's functioning on granny juice. I was going to say it's a bit cruel, given the knowledge of the womb, and then it's blocked for life. No, your point. The idea is you need to rediscover it for yourself, right? But it like made it dug the channels, right, and then it like covered them over, and your job is to like archaeologists to rediscover that knowledge that you lost, right? That's a point of life. Albert and broccoli. I have no idea what I was saying, but I was just babbling, mate. I was just babbling. DB Strawberry, DB Strawberry, thank you for joining us. We'll do kids first, and that's a bit late for that. Well, you know, it's look, Archie got it, mate. I would really recommend, if there's like a Big Brother program or something like that around you, it's a really good thing to do. There's a lot of people crying out, a lot of young people really crying out for love and attention, right? And there's just not enough go around. If you can do it, mate, I so recommend it, right? I so recommend it. I think it will make your life much better. Do you remember this? Did anybody see the Sopranos movie they made a few years ago, The Many Saints of Newark, right? And it's called The Many Saints of Newark because it's about the Montesante family, which means many saints in Italian. Like, but there's a bit in it, and this guy's like, you know, a mobster, like kills people, right? And you've seen him violently murder many people in this movie, right? But he has this thing where he teaches blind kids Little League, right? And they have a special ball that beeps so they can hear it coming, and that's kind of like the most defining, most wonderful thing of his life, right? Yeah, it's like so. I really, if anything you can do that. If you don't have kids, it will make you happy. It will make you a better person. All right. Oh, thank you, DB Stories. They're beautifully put, Rabbit. It's a wonderful summation of what brother should be. Thanks, I just tuned in for the bands. Well, you know, it happens accidentally. What can I say? Yeah, we'll get to the dick jokes in a minute. The conspiracy uniform. You're absolutely right, Digby Strawbridge. Right. Allows them to indulge in their work. It's exactly like the brown shirts. It's exactly the same. There's a reason why makeup was usually required. It's not just vanity. No, that's essentially why Nixon lost the debate against Kennedy, right? JFK. It was that Nixon refused to wear makeup. Oh no, I'm not wearing faggy makeup. Blah, blah, blah. Where Kennedy did, and then if you heard the debate on radio, you thought Nixon won. Nixon was a very popular president. I had no idea, right? If you saw it on television, you thought that Kennedy won, right? Fascinating, right? Absolutely fascinating. Alcohol's poisoning to us as humans, but you know, it's a good way to go. Problem Being is here. How you doing, Problem Being? How you doing? Shalom Aleichem, my good friend. I'm glad you're here. Are you plowing through the Blake 7 Blu-ray box set? I am. I'm freaking loving it. It's better than the first season, right? I love the extras on it. I absolutely adore that. Right, it's a good strong release. So I guess when they're done with Blake 7, you know, Star Cops is a natural successor. Maybe Moonbase 3, but I really want them to do Dennis Potter stuff. Right, that would be awesome. Like if they could do a Blu-ray box set of like Sing Detective, right? That would be incredible, right? And what's the word? Remaster it. And the trouble is, you know, all the a lot of the principal actors, they're all dying. So, and people involved, they're all dying. You want to get to them fast. Lonnie says, we're back on Thursday again. I'm sorry for the confused schedule. I think my schedule's back to normal now. I don't know. We'll find out, right? Although, again, I'm not putting out as much content as these because I'm too busy, right? I'm not doing a stream on Saturday night. I'm going to be on downstream, right? And I just got too much going on, basically. Promise says he's holding on watching the Blake 7 Blu-rays until I get Series D set. Then I'll do a marathon. Wow, that's 2 years you're holding out. I honestly, Series D is one of my favorite years. I really love that. A lot of people. Honestly though, the script for Rescue is awful, right? With Dorian, for some reason, has a ship with like super fast drive and a nearly working teleport, right? It's like, what? Now, what would have made much more sense if Dorian had been, what's the word? Stalking the Liberator to get their technology, and he went to wherever it was. Is it Giddy Prime? No, that's what the last one was. Where Terminus? Is it Terminus? Was it? I can't remember wherever it was, but he went there to harvest technology from the crashed Liberator, right? That would have made so much more sense, right? It really would have made so much more sense. Brian Bing says it's because you've watched the entire series so many times over the years, past few years. I want to make special holding. I hear that. I do hear it. It's called edging. You're edging. Blake 7. Here, was it Lonnie? Is it who's asked me for my email address? I saw something just now. It was OTS Stars. Don't think. Let me just share that with you here. Lebetkin@gmail.com. Doink. Yeah, use WeTransfer. I'd love to see it, right? I would absolutely love to see it. Okay, Millie, give us a kiss, baby. Give us a float and a wave, and then we're heading off. I guess you back to the Full-Size Saga, and me to the wacky worlds of Doctor Who. Oh, yes. This is really one of the best AI things I've done ever. Anyway. Lovely that it was, Millie. We're going to have to move on. Bye. Yeah, big smile, darling. Yeah, so good. Fine. With that, let us look. I did not see this coming at all, right? I did not see this coming at all. The new season 21 Blu-ray. I love season 21, and I'm a big fan of new effects, right? I am genuinely a big fan of new effects. I don't like being taken out of the story by bad effects, right? So there's a lot of these in there. So let's look at the trailer, and then we'll look at the announcement and see what's in it. All right, fine. It's Doctor. We understand. The transition into Pete David's face is a bit lame. Let's be fair, but it's of its time. Nice video. Shame about the song. That's that kind of special effects. The trouble with Blu-ray is you see them forming the stars forming the name, the logo for Doctor Who way too clearly. You didn't see that, when it's 1983. It's probably his edging for D. Well, okay, mate. I don't blame you. Destination. I think this is going to be way better than Destination Skaro with the tap dancing dabbers. And that was such shit. It really was such shit. Pete, mate. I mean, look, he is the heir apparent to Doctor Who. Oh, lean into Doctor Who, not the politics shit, right? Pete, you have it in your power to have the strongest career ever by turning Doctor Who around, by making it a success again. And it's so freaking easy, right? It's so easy. All you need to do is make it Doctor Who, right? And that's it. That's all you need. You need to forget about wagging your finger at everyone, right? Just make good Doctor Who. And you can have like social conscience in it, right? But he does, screaming about chicks with dicks and how oppressed people in wheelchairs are, isn't that, right? It's just you being a weirdo. And don't be mad at YouTubers because we say your work's shit when it was shit. Lucky Day was shit. I'm sorry. Right? Kablam was shit. I'm sorry. Right? You weren't the showrunner. I don't know, but those were bad stories that are not well remembered and will not be well remembered. Sadly, right? Just make good Doctor Who. I'm telling you, if you turn Doctor Who around, your career is going to go through the stratosphere. Thing is, was that effects used for like the current series? But you can make these effects so cheaply now. Again, you could do them all with AI, frankly.
Hey.
Okay, so why is there an old Fifth Doctor and Tegan traveling together? Like what? I kind of like this idea, right? I wouldn't mind hearing like a big finished box set like this. Like what's going on, right? But it's interesting. Okay, we don't really need the backstory, but it works.
It's London. This is Butler's Wharf.
I remember. And we said goodbye all those years ago.
I haven't been back here since.
Wait. You're saying one of the problem being saying one of the worst Doctor Who series of all time was what's the Dalek story? Not remember. It's not Revelation. Resurrection. I kind of like that. I kind of like Resurrection of the Daleks. Got a bit of Leslie Grantham in it.
You all right?
Gives me the shivers. At least they.
By the way, this reminds me. I was watching Castrovalva the other night, right? And this is an important thing when you're watching Castrovalva. That it appears to me the Master and Adric. The Master is clearly fucking Adric in the arse a lot, right? In Castrovalva, like here, 1 second. Let me pull up that a clip from that episode. Right, he's clearly fucking Adric in the arse, and it doesn't look like Adric is that unhappy about any of it, right? Frankly, there we go. Oh! I can't show you. But my daughter-in-law has sent new pictures. Oh, see this thing when I get a new picture, I'm excited. Hang on, but I can't show you. I'll get in too much trouble. Where is it? Okay, one time, like I've seen this one before. Now you're boring me. I think that's B. Okay, never mind. Resurrection, one of the first classics that you watched as a OD. It was one of the first ones that I put on. I recorded on videotape. Right? I ain't gonna find the right folder. Doctor Who. Let's see. We'll do the Matrix edition, which I just like the Matrix editions better. I find them really, really good. He like recuts them, and this one's about an hour and 15 minutes long, and puts new effects on, and the new effects really work as well. Hang on. Where is? Oh yeah. 1 second. Yeah, look at the Master and Adric here. Master is clearly regularly fucking Adric in the arse, right? And the whole story makes more sense. We might need it.
Well, Adric, this is my proposition. Life will immediately become more comfortable for you if you join forces with me.
Like, I can make you feel special, Adric. I know what you enjoy.
Or do you prefer to remain in the web throughout eternity?
Oh, yes, and me sucking you off occasionally. It just strikes me that the Master is fucking Adric in the arse, and Adric is like, this ain't so bad.
Mere utility. You may speak.
I will use you as a utility. Yes, I will use you as an old crusty sock.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, funny you should say that. Just pop this in your mouth, darling. Anyway, that was my takeaway when watching Castroval the other day. It really was.
This place used to be a dump. Why has the TARDIS brought us back here?
Unfinished business. Maybe it knows something we don't. Or perhaps it's found us a nice restaurant.
Yeah, I saw stills of this being filmed about 2 months ago.
If only.
Okay, we should have had one of the Lytton's policemen there. Dan, 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 dan. Like, turn up in, like, you know, the policeman. I love that, by the way. The when they come out and they slaughter everybody at the beginning of Resurrection of Daleks. Spruce this bit up a little bit since we pushed the Dalek out of the second floor or third floor.
You've got a nose for trouble. You always did.
These used to be warehouses.
Years ago.
Yes, I know. And then they got sold for billions of dollars. Is Sutik still humping the TARDIS head? Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got to have a hobby.
It's all posh flats and shops now.
Except this one.
Warning, no admittance, flooding. In great big shouty letters.
That must be where they had the Doctor Who. Was that live Doctor Who experience that was kind of shit?
It's like catnip, isn't it? Maybe we can fix their leak.
I hope you brought your sonic snorkel.
No, I didn't, but I did bring this.
So this is clearly like some... Again, he's got something to do about it was destroyed by the... Was it the Liberals?
Come on, Tegan.
I can barely see. New screwdriver?
It's an upgrade.
Sure is. This one actually works.
I've genuinely missed your constant criticism.
Have you?
No.
Okay, again, I kind of like this TARDIS team of old Fifth Doctor and old Tegan.
Wait here.
Is he dead?
Well, he's not pretending, is he?
Is he wearing a Dalek Trooper helmet? I can't tell.
Projected energy weapon. Quite recent, too. And his gun's not Earth technology.
Maybe he's got some ID, like a space driver's license or a space credit card.
He's a soldier. Check the combat tags.
Oh, there's this. I think it's a data beacon.
Really?
The music is really spot on as well for the era, right? It's really working. How has he got his Sonic? Well, how is he older and Tegan older? This must be like some, like, you know, you remember like season 6B for Patrick Troughton?
I've learned a thing or two.
There's a message.
Hey!
It's damaged, but I might be able to get it working.
Well, if you could do that before the Thames comes flooding in, that'd be great.
Got a bluish light. That's always a sign of communication technology.
Doctor! Doctor!
Now, I find like Mark Strickson completely unrecognizable there, and I can always recognize him when I see him in, well, not in real life, but like, you know, on conventions and stuff.
That's Turlo.
I hope this message gets to you in time.
The recording's corrupted. But if I can boost the data stream...
It's got old.
I suggest, Tegan, you look in the mirror.
I beg your pardon.
There.
Tryon.
Like, what is with the clothes on Tryon? Like, why are they dressed like they're in 1984? What's going on? Is this the People's Republic of Tryon?
Has been invaded. We're hopelessly outnumbered. We're sending this beacon down their time corridor in the hope that it finds you.
No, that's definitely going to work.
My people are dying, Doctor. We need your help before it's too late.
Mate, look at you. It's too late already.
Is that it?
I'm afraid so.
So, Turlo's home has been conquered, their soldiers have been killed.
Like, if they did this, Doctor and Tegan, I would like have his coat like a bit more raggedy, right? I don't know, something like older and more age, something like that.
By what?
really need to ask?
Doctor Who.
Hey, it's not the best one. The best one is still Leela in the Time War.
The collection.
Lovely cover.
Well, we've arrived. Season 21. Daleks.
Excellent! Tractators!
Oh, that's so much better. Adding a bit of light on the end of their antenna.
Daleks.
Excellent! Tractators! I've seen them!
I am the master.
Whoa! Look at that Merker action. Let's have a look at that again.
The master.
A 10-disc box set.
I mean, redoing the Merker lightweight looks actually pretty darn good.
Newly remastered and packed with special features.
I'm so glad we're going to do this because we're going to find out about your life beyond Doctor Who.
This is not what I married. You know, I thought he was one of the good guys. And so Delore Whiteman and I, my auntie Vanessa, go into the house. On the breakfast room table was
evidence
of arms dealing. I'm involved with an arms dealer.
Like maybe it was like a legitimate arms dealer. Like, it's weird, right? You find out you're involved with an arms dealer. Okay, again, I am not a fan of the Chris Chibnall era. I love their Cybermen, right? Those Cybermen really, really work for me.
And Delore said, "Oh my God, I thought you were making it up. Who would make up a story like that?"
Oh, Janet, you totally would, darling. You totally would.
Who?
The script of Resurrection described it as an international space station, and that got me thinking, let's make it look international.
He was one of the best directors. I can't remember his name, but then he went on, he scripted, did he do Time Flight? Right? An awful script, right? But he was one of the best directors.
I didn't think about it.
Okay, she is gorgeous. She is probably one of the most beautiful women ever to be in Doctor Who. She is stunningly gorgeous.
I didn't think about it at the time, but I realize now how strong Matthew was and how brave he was to do it.
See, people keep saying that, right? I just don't think in the 80s that we really gave a shit. Right? We're like, oh, that person's got brown skin. Like, I just don't think anybody cared. I really, really, really don't. And that's the 80s.
He had the foresight to cast an Indian person in a non-ethnic role.
Again, she's like, why wouldn't you cast her? Like she's like looking at a sculpture. She is stunning. She really is stunning. I mean, like, you know, if she like moves in slow motion, like why wouldn't you cast her in any role possible? I think definitely one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in Doctor Who. Right, and I've seen a lot of beautiful women in Doctor Who, and I freeze frame a lot for that. Is it just me, says Archicon, does Auntie Amy look like a woman with a false facial hair? Kind of. Well, it was a false beard, wasn't it? Right? I think so.
Davros activates the Magellan virus, at which point the Daleks seem to indulge in what I can only describe as a kind of a Ibiza foam party. And Davros...
I mean, it is a bit weirdly sexual, isn't it? Like, death by cum, right? I know, it makes them come to death, right? That's not such a bad way to go, really. If all cool things considered, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll take that. Has Tegan noticed a data being? And what's up with what's wrong with what is this, Doctor? Listen, it's not Lesbians of the Deep, which was the season 9 or 10 promo, right? When you had two lesbians going on a date in the middle of a cave, right? I don't know. There are people coming on Doctor Who prior to 83, the Mavellans for one. What's his name? The guy from EastEnders was in the War Games. You know, in 10th Planet, you had a black, what's the word I'm thinking? Astronaut, right? As more black people became, you know, apparent in the culture, then they started appearing in TV more, right? It wasn't a big deal. Like, for my generation, it just wasn't a big deal.
Joins in.
He could have just as easily had a stuntman in the costume and him do a voiceover, and maybe he'd have enjoyed the process more.
In the Twin Dilemma, one's in orange, one's in green, same haircut. I'm not saying, you know, we were Oscar winners here, but I've watched a little bit of it, and sometimes when we do speak together, it kind of works, actually.
Mark Strickson is on one of his periodic migrations from Australasia to the cooler climate of Northern Europe.
Okay, Matthew Sweet is just a massive lovey, right? And death by snoo snoo. Said, "Oh, got it, a touch, got it." Yes, death by snoo snoo. Is that Snare Gupta? I have no idea, but I'd like to get to know better. He's such an incredible lovey, and he's insufferable. But he's so good at these things he does on Doctor Who. He really is excellent.
And if we're very lucky, we might. Yes, there he is.
I don't like there. He looks more normal. What was with the weird haircut he had in the episode?
I want to escape Doctor Who. I love it.
This is entirely your idea.
Well, we had a good time on the trip to Germany. That was my idea. Oh.
I do like these travelogues with them together. It's just a weird combination of people.
You're doing a nice zigzag pattern here, Sarah. Until you ground the...
I don't like this.
Has Janet Fielding gone? Yeah, you're safe. The taxi was early. We're used to the idea.
I bet that's a good interview, Matthew Waterhouse, right? That one we're saying. So, yeah, why did you play it that the master was fucking in the ass? I guess because Anthony Andy was fucking Matthew Waterhouse, wasn't he? I think he was.
Of Doctor Who fans making Doctor Who. But when Matthew Waterhouse joined the show, he had to suppress his true nature.
But it
not that much, not with Annie Andy, from what I understand.
Wasn't something that you really wanted to share with Jonathan Turner, was it?
I do remember when we were back to the office and he said to Christopher Bidney, he's one of those fans.
There's a great extra on one of these Blu-rays with was it A Day with Waterhouse or something? It's like these when Toby Adoki spends a day with Matthew Waterhouse. It's really good. It's a really fun little story. Matthew Waterhouse is always interesting on the behind the sofa things.
Oh, I can see what you mean about cooking them slowly.
Tell me they're better than Matthew's eggs. Not that I'm competitive.
Behind the sofa.
It's my go-to feature. I like behind the sofa.
Peter.
Yeah.
I think we've hit your career high.
So wait, who's there? Who's the tall blonde woman? Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, Sarah Sutton. Who's the blonde woman? Oh, Bonnie Langford.
Hit your career highlight.
That's Alice.
And that's weird combination. Wendy Padbury, Sophie Aldred. I guess it's Bonnie Langford and Nicola Bright with Colin Baker.
That's Alice.
Still don't know who the middle guy is.
Updated.
Is that Matthew Waterhouse? It's Matthew Waterhouse. My guess is Matthew Waterhouse.
Updated.
Oh, that is great. Okay. Again, I like new effects. And like the original Magma Beast just pulls me out of it, right? Just absolutely pulls me out of it. There was a black spaceship commander in the 10th Planet with William Hartnell in 66. Yes, absolutely, Dr. Alex. You are. We agree completely. Hello.
It's special effects.
That's cool. That must be the tires being pulled back together in Frontiers.
Surround sound. New audio commentaries and much more.
You're making enough noise to raise the dead.
And if anyone happens to ask whether I made any material difference to the welfare of this planet,
That's one of my favourite bits. So he pushed the Dalek out the second floor.
tell them I came and went like a summer cloud.
Doctor Who. Season 21 is available to pre-order now.
Now everybody stay perfectly calm and still.
Exterminate! Stop! You can't kill us. Don't you know who we are?
Ashkana says, Peter Davison's career highlight will be Tomorrow People, and you will be correct. Followed closely by Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Take a long look.
This is pure class. Again, Pete McTeague knows this stuff.
That's right. And this is my friend Tegan.
You are the enemies of the Daleks!
I
think you'll find we're valuable prisoners.
So be a good Dalek and take us to Tryon.
That's pretty darn good. Right? That's pretty darn good. Is there anything else? And they must put quite a fair wedge in that. And that's the reason there's no TARDIS in the interior stuff. It was in. Where are we going to find it? We'll go Doctor Who, the collection, season 21. Let's see if it takes you to do. There you go, Doctor Who.tv. And there was actually quite a good post by what's the name who did the cover, talking about it on Facebook. Let's see if we can find that. But yeah, look, I mean, happy days, mate. I am of course very psyched for this. Great cover as well. I like that it's got the visual from the regeneration. Right, it feels different this time. So what they got on it again? This is one of their best covers. Right, I really love this one. Right, with the dirty jacket. Yeah. Is there Colin Baker? Is he in the? See, I thought they were having like regenerated Colin Baker on the cover, but apparently not. Apparently not. So we got updated special effects on the Awakening, Frontiers, Resurrection of Daleks, and Case of Andromeda. Blimey. That's like all of them. We're like, what stories are they missing out? Season hell. They should have a list of all the stories on there. Hang on. Where's the list of the stories? Warriors of the Deep, Awakening, Frontiers, Resurrection of Dalek, Planet of Fire, Case and Twin Dilemma. Oh, well, there's no polishing the Twin Dilemma turd, is there? Yeah, sadly. Awakening, Frontiers, Resurrection of Dalek. Man, that's a lot, right? That is quite a lot. Warriors of the Deep Special Edition. An exciting 4-part re-edit with updated special effects and immersive 5.1. So that'd be a Pete Nateague one, and he's very good at those re-edits. Right. He is like the opposite of what's his name, Benjamin Cook. Right. He can really bring it. He knows what he's doing. In conversation with Janet Fielding, Mark Strickson, and Matthew Wardhouse. It's funny that they waited this last release to be able to do it. New making of documentary for Resurrection of Darling and the Twin Dilemma. Look who's boating. Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, Sarah Tucker takes the River Adventure. This sounds fun. 48 Hours with Fielding. Terminator crash at Janet. So that's the same as the feature where he spent a day with Matthew. I turned my mic off by mistake. Terribly sorry. There you go. I'm trying to turn my camera off. Let's try that again. Where am I up to? So behind the sofa with Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Sarah Sutton in one group. Matthew Waterhouse, Sophie Aldred, and Wendy Padbury. Bonnie Langford, Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, and Tara Ward. Who's Preston? I guess these other people just come in and out. Tara Ward, Keith Jane, Jeff Roll. Oh, Jeff Roll, I remember. Rula Lenska. Blimey, I wonder what she looks like now. Graham Harper. Wow, that's cool. Conrad Romulus and Paul Conrad and Andrew Conrad, Remus. Again, I like that they bring different people in for different episodes. That's kind of cool. Doctor Escape Room, 2 new teams. So I guess it'll be. I mean, it's all going to be 5th Doctor. It'll be 5th and 6th Doctor, I guess. Right. I guess okay. It's going to be. My guess will be Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, and I wonder who the third will be in that team. Colin Baker, Nicola Bryant, probably Bonnie Langford, right? They'll probably be those 3, and then I guess it'll be if it's not, it'll be a combination of Peter Davison, Sarah Sutton. And Janet Fielding and Mark Strickson if he's around, right? New surround sound mixes on Warriors of the Deep, Awakening of Case of Andromeda, brand new documentary on the Awakening. Okay. Tales of TARDIS 2023 re-edit with new linking material from Peter Davison. I like the linking material, but other than that, not a fan. You know, the whole memory TARDIS thing was just a bit of a duffer, right? It really was. It just never, ever, ever really landed. And it was just kind of stupid because they introduced it like before they introduced it on screen, and it didn't make any sense, right? David Milling, how you doing, sir? Thank you for joining. It was lovely chatting with you too. Where we go? Info, text, video, and lots more. But I do like because normally on these gatefolds you have it's a TARDIS console, but this is where the TARDIS has been destroyed in Frontiers, right? I am pretty psyched for this. When it's out. I would have thought it's coming out February will be my guess, right? February. See if I can find that thing from what's his name, the guy who designed the covers. A second, where is this? Is it not Anthony Lamb? Oh, what's the name of the guy who does the covers? I should have bookmarked it on. Actually, do they have? They don't have a bookmark feature on Facebook, do they? Let's see if I can find it. I'm whizzing through the timeline now. See if anything comes up. Oh, she cried. I don't know how I feel about the redesigned Sea Devils. I just think this thing is looking better than, it's looking a lot better than I expected, right? It is looking a lot better than I expected. Still whizzing through it. What's the name of the guy? Was it? Oh, maybe it's in Ian Levine's group. Let's have a look. Ian Levine Doctor Who group. Maybe that's where I saw it. And nope. What's the name of the designer? Oh, I can't remember for the life of me. New Ninth Doctor audio's out. I've downloaded it, but I haven't listened to it yet. It's been a bit of a damp squib. Let's be fair. Here, let me just do a search for Doctor Who, the collection, season 21. Let's see what that comes up with on the Facebooks. We want to find posts, maybe. Is this it? No. Zavik, no. Oh, is it? Lee Binding! That's who it was. Okay, fine. Yeah, let me share the screen over here. I just really, really, really good work there. Like it's really good. Everything about this is... oh, thank you, Problem Bing. You were just screaming at me. Let's see what he has to say, right? I might regenerate. I don't know. It feels different this time. You're going to regenerate. Change, my dear. And not a moment too soon. Doctor Who The Collection Season 21 is announced. 7 incredible stories. Loads of extras. Loads and loads of extras. Hefty collector's booklet. I love the booklets. And a few surprises. Ready to pre-order now. Here's a clean art for you, all you lovelies. I use the clean art to make my own covers because I don't like the Jodie logo. I can't believe you'll guess the season. Well, there's not many to choose from. I can't believe we got exactly what was happening on the cover as well. Well done. I think drink some Queen Bat milk to celebrate. I remember he showed the background. I thought season 21 as well. What's he holding in his hand? It's not a sonic screwdriver. Oh, that's the Queen Bat milk. Right. There's a tractator. Shara's Jack, Master, the Malus, Sea Devil, and Davros. No Colin Baker, though. Right? They should have Colin Baker behind him or something. I don't know. I'm surprised. Design-wise, if you're wondering why there's no TARDIS on the inner flap this time, you're clearly one of the few people who haven't witnessed the majesty of Frontiers. I'm really looking forward to seeing those new effects on those. Because, again, the tractators look good until they move. Then they're like... Right, they look awful when they move, but before they move, they look really good. I've always said there's going to be one Doctor Who per box set, and there is another Doctor in the set. Spoilers. They will be represented throughout. There's lots of little things that have changed for this release. Let's see if we can find them. Okay, so and I've seen Colin Baker's face. I found it. It's at the back over here. Right, there we go. Yeah, it's a lovely bit of artwork there. Yeah, that you see, yeah, Colin Baker and Peter Davison. That's just pure class. I'm sorry, pure class. Excellent work. So I think that's what to be excited about, ladies and gentlemen. I think I will say that's what to be excited about. Here's the strange thing. 1 second. Let's go to my my library. Is it? We'll get to Doctor Who magazine in a minute, but SFX magazine, right? New issue is supposed to be out December 3rd. Nowhere to be seen, right? Weirdly enough, nowhere to be seen. I don't understand why. Yeah, see if we can. Let's see their. We'll go to SFX magazine, and there's like literally no mention of it. I don't understand. There's no mention of it whatsoever. Did they say anything about it? No, anywhere. Did they just publish the date wrong, or is it like, they've been struggling to stay alive for a long time, right? I don't know. It's a bit weird, right? A bit weird. There we go. Fine. Let's go back to library. Back to my library, and let's have a look at the new Doctor Who magazine. And we see like the introduction of more new Sea Devil type people, right? You have this Sea Devil, right, and you have like the more traditional like Sea Devil would see that, even not that much more traditional. But okay, again, this is actually getting genuinely good buzz. Amazingly enough. I don't think I've listened to the Sea Devil story, but if they're giving it for free, yeah, I think I got out the Ninth Doctor range by then. I think this was the same one that had the weird trans love triangle of what was it, Viv Schenker and Tanya, whatever her name was, right? $14.99. Again, I think that's a bit too expensive. Big Finish is best at $1.99. It really is, which is a bit of a problem for its business model. I wish they could get streaming, but they can't. Fine. Well, this is cool. I like that. That must be about product design. And I just find Russell Tovey a bit dull nowadays. Let's see what Jason Quinn has to say for himself. Merry Christmas, or if you think it's if you still think it's a little early for your time to be anything, happy new Sea Devils season. I've got to watch the Sea Devils before Sunday, right, before I see their cut down version. Yes, it's here at last. The war between the land and sea is about to break out as a special appetizer. BBC 4 is treating us to a 90-minute omnibus of the Sea Devils. It's a bad idea, I think. December is traditionally a great month for television. And speaking personally as a fan of John Pertwee, Katie Manning, Roger Delgado, the Sea Devils themselves, this year is going to be outstanding. Last month saw many of us celebrate the 62nd anniversary of the favourite show. Not BBC, like very noticeable by their absence. They were, in fact. Here at Doctor Who magazine, we're like social butterflies heading from party to party, and we have a whale of a time. How did you guys celebrate? Now heading into 2026. The future is looking bright for Doctor Who. We know that Doctor is returning to our screens next Christmas. Oh, no one's excited for it, mate. I'm sorry. Like, I don't think there's any excitement for it because Rusty Davies is writing it, right? And then run up, we'll see some great events and spectaculars coming your way. Will we? Rest of Doctor Who will always be with us in some form or other. We're in the wilderness here. Shut up, Jason. We all know it. Now, without further ado, let's the show commence and get ready for our watery feast of entertainment. The tide is up, the tide is high, and the surface is up. Alonzi, okie dokie. Rusty Davies have his column back again. You know, we'll read it after we look through the magazine, right? Sea Devils for Christmas. They're really like Rusty Davies' hope for not being laughed out of the industry is the War Between Land and Sea doing very well. And honestly, it seems to be the best quality of anything they've had, right? Doctor Who Day celebrations. Were there any? Yeah, the TARDIS at Stonehenge, as far as I know, and that's about it. A supports children in need. That's a bit of a weird little story. So I think this is really strange. The Slipback is the novelization of Slipback is being released as a book on tape. Now, Slipback was a full cast audio drama, right? But now it's being released as a book on tape read by John Glover. I don't get it. I don't get it. He was in it, played Shellington Grant. I don't get it. No, not interested. Fuck off. I don't know how much I can tell you. I'm not interested in Jodie. Back to the Future. The Future was then opens. What's this? It's a London Cartoon Museum. That's kind of cool. That is kind of cool. What's this from Star Letter? I want to share my memory from 1984. For some time, I thought now would be a good time because it shows off the after Christmas. I intended the Archbishop Tennyson Grammar School in Kent, blah, blah, blah. And I guess there was some Doctor Who people there. Okay, it's not really that interesting story. Let us move on. Oh, let's see what's on the YouTube. Bonnie Langford now in Paddington the Musical in the West End talks about Radio Time about Melanie Bush. No matter how shit the Doctor Who she was in was, and a lot of the Doctor Who she was in, Bonnie Langford is just infectiously enthusiastic. So the 11th Doctor Adventure is coming back, starring Miles Taylor. Everybody said he's very good. I don't really have much confidence in the writers of it, though. I will not be spending money on it. Find out what David Tennant and Billy Piper had to say. Come back here. Homo Aqua is so fucking stupid. Oh, God, you just want to say the word homo, Russell, and we all fucking know it. Found it's going to Salt Lake City. Really? Come back here. Who Knew podcast talks to musical genius Murray Gold. Again, he's not really kind of off the genius stakes now. Marvel Cunning Monkey's new effects for old episodes and Doctor Who. Okay, this is true, right? I recommend this with every fun me. And this 13th Doctor is just so much hotter than Jodie Whittaker. If the 13th Doctor going to look like that, I might have been somewhat behind it. If it wasn't written like shit, right? All of that would have been better. Like these specials though, these actually all look quite good. The Sea Devil. So preview, right? Essential information. Okay. I like a bit of Sea Devil. Then look, this special looks freaking excellent as well. Trouble is, I just got all this stuff over and over again. I can't rebuy like another History of Unit, right? I got them all. So I think this design, while not really reminiscent of the Sea Devils, is pretty darn good. I really do. I mean, but why not just make them another branch of, like, you know, Aqua Society, right? But I do think this design could work and is actually kind of chilling, right? I've do I have faith in it? Who's this preview by? Is this preview by Ben Cook? Because again, he knows what he's doing with this stuff. No, this must be if it doesn't have a byline, it must be Jason Quinn writing it, right? It's normally what happens. The footage we recorded for the series looks fantastic. It's literally the best job of my career so far. Everyone's saying this, right? Again, it's getting very, very, very good buzz, right? There's no denying that. And again, it doesn't strike me as a Sea Devil, but it strikes me as, like, at last we have a good monster design. I haven't seen a good monster for years in Doctor Who, right? And again, why did they wait till there was no Doctor in Doctor Who to be able to make good Doctor Who? Russell Tovey speaks to Lisa Gledhill about Midshipman Frame, George Sands, Barclay Pierre DuPont, Rusty Davis. He's one of the sort of rep actors. I kind of like him, right? I've kind of liked him most things of him. Unit Briefing, Project Aqua. Kate Lethbridge. I mean, the rumor is she's going to be bumped off in this series. Then please, yes. God, she's so boring. Oh, she really is, like, fascinatingly boring. So yeah, is this written? There's no byline. Okay, so therefore this is also written by Jason Quinn. Does he write most of the magazine now? And I'm sorry, I find Shirley Ann Bingham and Ruth Madeley just insufferable. I absolutely insufferable, right? Like, why is there having a permanent sneer on your face doesn't make you look strong, right? It doesn't make you look strong. It makes you look like a cunt, right? It just does. There should have been a way. Well, sorry, there wasn't. Lesbians on the Deep. Yeah, you go. This is a Pete Mateague one where these two ladies are, off on a date and they discover a cute sea devil egg, right? Which is very good. I mean, I do like that. But, like, why do they have to be gay? I mean, like, and it's not I'm saying, erase everybody gay. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, why is it omnipotent everywhere in time? What, these little things come out? Christmas crackers? You ever, looks like it's a Ice Warrior, Zygon, Dalek, and Cyman. I have no idea what the one in the middle is. Is that the second Doctor? I really don't know. A TARDIS Among the Tales. I'm saying this is a good feature. This is actually a feature about the annuals, right? I would read, but that they don't have the they don't reference the Telequus fan annuals is a real mistake, because they are a work of absolute beauty, right? They are a work of absolute beauty. 86. No, yeah, these are all real ones. Yeah, Christmas quiz, not so much. Right. Nothing. I mean, I think they're really so good. And then you had the yearbooks, the storybooks, which were annuals by another name, essentially. But the quality of the annuals, generally speaking, went way up when the series came back. Christmas quiz. Why are you reminding me of this shit? This was just a shit story that made no sense. And okay, if they film this as not a Doctor Who story, right? Current Doctor Who, the problem is they don't know what to do with Doctor Who, right? That's really the problem with it, right? If they filmed it as a non-Doctor Who story, but a fantasy story, I think it would have been way stronger, like way stronger. And do not tell me when you hired Anita Dobson, you had any idea she was going to be the Rani, right? Because you didn't. She didn't play it that way at all. Nearly Who. Talking about the wilderness years, because there was no Doctor Who for a long time. Bit of Crystal Maze, Red Dwarf. What we got there? Yeah, sci-fi was few and far between in the 90s, I'm afraid. It all went X-Files, right? Time Busters. I left England by then. Dark Caesar was kids TV show, so I didn't watch it. Jupiter Moon was, I'm sorry, a lot of it was made by written by Ben Aronovich. It just wasn't very good. I hate to tell you. Kappa 2, I don't remember. Century Falls I do, but again, it was a kid's show, so I didn't watch it. Tomorrow People reboot, no shit. And Hyperland, don't even remember it. Documentary written by Douglas Adams, do not even remember it. The Art and the Artist. So this is essentially a promo piece for this book, which actually looks quite good. Oh, let's see what comic strip pages he's got there behind us. If we can, they look like Dave Gibbons. Yeah, they look like Dave Gibbons, Fourth Doctor. There's nice stuff behind him. That is nice. These production art things are always good. I'm kind of tempted for this now. But this is the sort of thing you want as a Christmas present, right? Because I wouldn't spend the money on it myself. Shadow Proclamation just didn't look that good. I wouldn't spend the money on it myself, but I got it as a gift. I'll be like, oh, awesome. Right? Absolutely awesome. This month in 1968, lots of things happened. Well, what's going on? Theatre. Cheeks Monsoon. Who cares? Off. Come back. Catherine Tate-Jones, Colshaw, Rob Madge, and Nigel are amongst the castle, Sleeping Beauty and London Palladium. I bet that's going to be fun. Who's in 1,000? But I didn't watch the last episode of 1,000 Blows. It just kind of ran out of steam for me. Peter directing. Lenny Rush. Oh, fuck off. The only time I've seen Lenny Rush is in Doctor Who, and he was shit in that, right? Absolute shit in that. Who's in 1,000 Blows? Nadia being Californian Dune and Daniel Mays. They're going to be a second series of it? Again, I didn't finish the first series. It didn't engage me enough. Is this the final Shooty comic strip? I kind of think it is, actually. I kind of think this is the final Shooty comic strip, right? Written by Alan Bars, art by Martin Garrity. I mean, the artwork's finally stepped up. Is that the Blue Peter Advent crown? I think it is. Again, Alan Barnes knows what he's doing as a writer. But yeah, I think this might be the end. The end of Shooty Gatwa's comic strip, and this will be the end of his Doctor Who, right? Because he's contractually prohibited from coming back. So the Silurians is a fact of fiction, also written by Alan Barnes. Like, how many people worked in this issue? To me, it looks like it's all Alan Barnes and what's his name, Jason Quinn. Did they have any Richard Atkinson, art director? I don't know. It doesn't look like there are many people working on this issue. Okay. Silurians. I love the Silurians. I hate this T-Rex. I just hate it. Cunning Monkey did a fantastic T-Rex. It made the whole thing so much better for me. Right? It really, really did. This one I wasn't really that interested in. It's the writings. The writers are people I didn't really know. Noga Flation. Julian Richards is normally good. Mark Wright is good. So Missy, the Sixth Doctor, and Leela. Sarah Herring, K9. Yeah, the Doctor. I'm not really. Yeah, there's not enough really to suck me into this. And I kind of like being sucked in. Right? I'm a fan of the suckage. As clearly was Adric. Yeah, these are one, two, three releases that I would never in a million years get, right? And I think the Moon Cruise, I think she owned it. What's the name of the author? Esme J.K. Pearson. I think if she had different politics, she wouldn't get the job. I would like to hope Big Finish are doing Jodie well, because I have no animosity to Jodie fans. I just stop waving it in my face constantly. And again, the first one of these is like nails on a chalkboard. Audacity. Oh God, what an awful, awful, awful character. Right? It's almost worth buying the first one to see how bad she is, and she is bad. So these actually look quite good. I think these are decent releases. It's just tied to utter shit, right? I mean, if I got these, I would put them with my Tom Baker action figures, right? And I also feel it's really, really sad that all this money and production and time was put into make essentially very, very weak Doctor Who, right? Central Tour in 2026. The backbone of this lovingly curated annual is the 20 essays that consider each of the Fifth Doctor stories. And I bet that's good. I bet that's really good. Oh, man, I bet that's good. So that's a recommend. And this looks pretty good too, right? I have to tell you. How much is it? What's it called? Let's look at Amazon. Amazon. The Art of Doctor Who. Yeah, £40. It's kind of a lot. And then when I add on shipping, because it's a coffee table book, right? It's just like, honestly, if I was going to spend money like that, I would buy, was it Telos stuff? Right? Telos Publishing here. Is it Telos Publishing? Telos Publishing, because they always have great stuff. Yeah, this is, what's it? David Howe's company, isn't it? What's this? Manhattan Death Ballad? I have no idea. No, but they do have like these. Oh yeah, look, the Art of Ron Turner. I would much rather get this book. This looks awesome, right? I bet it's really, really, really good. There's another one with Phil Bevan. Here, let's look at the Doctor Who books. I'll get this. I'd rather have this Evolution of the Dalek toy. This looks fantastic, right? This looks absolutely fantastic. We're talking about stocking stuffers, and I'm not talking about Nicola Bryant. Oh, I can if you want. I would like the stocking stuffed. Yeah, Art Phil Bevan. I would get this as well. Yeah, I mean, Phil Bevan stuff is just so iconic, right? And so of that era. This I do have. It's one of my favorite books. I go to it often, right? Because it's got like beautiful reproductions of the original New Adventures cover. Speaking of which, let's look at Mid-Journey Doctor Who for a second. Then we've got to go back to Doctor Who magazine. He's just been doing incredible stuff. He says he was surprised by the lack of engagement with these. And again, this is just fabulous, right? It really is just fabulous stuff, isn't it? You know, it's amazing we live in a world where this is possible. Oh, and is it I really got to look at this. And this, my friends, is how you build a full comic book with AI, script to script. I've really got to look into this in more detail because, you know, I would use it more. Was it absolutely cannot wait for full unedited 4K upscale reconstructions. This took me less than half an hour to do. I fear we'll be out of a job. So yeah, the thing is, you will. Right, it's like AI is here to stay, and it is doing crazy stuff. Oh, this is one we've got to look at as well. Look at this. Yeah, one sec. We'll go back to Doctor Who magazine. Over there. No, over here. 1 second. Let's have a look. Yep. Something happened with my Rumble stream. What happened there? Yeah, what happened to Rumble? Is it still there? Ah, okay. So same. Rumble just stopped. It's really weird. Let's see if we can add that back in. Let's try removing it. Okay. Now we'll add Rumble back in. Let's see if that gets working. And look, the trouble with Rumble is, it doesn't work that well a lot of the time. That's really a bit of a drawback, right? It's running on your end. Okay, well, I think it went off. It's back here. Okay, they were just screaming. They were just lying to me, which they do a lot. Yeah, what was they just pulling up? It's coming, she cried. Jigger, jigger. I know. Well, the old jokes always make me laugh. They just do. Okay, they just do. Yeah, look at this. Look at that colorization.
I don't believe everything Clint tells me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It is coming. 4K reconstructed. But yeah, this I love. This video reconstruction of the book cover for was it Love and War? I think maybe. This is fabulous. Now, if you can marry that to the audio adaptation of it, we could just get incredible stuff, and I think it's coming, right? I think it's coming. Fine. So what else? Review. So that book looks pretty good. These are always kind of fun. I've really got to get an Audible subscription, because there's not really not much coming out from Big Finish, and you get all this stuff on Audible, right, for free essentially. Speaking of not much coming out from Big Finish, there is quite a lot coming out. This I'm really psyched for. Right, Jonathan Morris writing a cyber epic with the War Doctor. I think Jonathan Kerr is, generally speaking, excellent at this role. Really knocks out the park. What I find the best Big Finish stuff now is with people not playing the original Doctor, who are the original Doctors. Yeah, again, I'm sick of Nicola Walker, this TARDIS crew. I'm intrigued to see how it sells. So they won't move him on to do something else. I love to see how this Jodie stuff is selling because I just can't. Who would buy it? This I'm psyched for, right? I do love this TARDIS theme. The last release was the weakest one, But hopefully they're going to bounce back this week. Christmas Carol. What did Dickens ever do for Doctor Who? John Elledge considers the Ghosts of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. Okay. Next issue is out on January 8th. I guess all new comic strip epic begins. So it must be post-shooting, right? I can't imagine they're doing a new epic shooting strip, right? We dive deep into the war between land and sea. I think it might be good, right? Genuinely, I think it might be a great cover. I mean, I would like erase the shooting the Jodie there. Maybe I'll put a better. I'll get rid of that Sylvester McCoy and put a better Sylvester McCoy over here, maybe. Right, and actually a good cover, good for them. I don't know. It doesn't look like a sea devil, but it looks like for once it looks like a good bloody monster. Oh, I don't know how they screw this up so much, but they really do, right? They really incredibly do. Yeah, let's have a look at a review for War Within Land and Sea, which is this from Financial Times. So it's very normie, right? This is very, very normie. Can Doctor Who work without the Doctor? Frothy spin-off cast Russell Tovey as a regular Joe caught in the middle of an interspecies dispute. Okay, this again, I'm more interested in the normie view than anything else, quite frankly. This entertaining but frothy Doctor Who spin-off poses a curious self-destruction question. Can Doctor Who work without the Doctor? Well, current Doctor Who can, because the Doctor was awful in it, right, for the last 7-8 years. To test this, it places an everyman at its center rather than an immortalish alien with two hearts. Russell Tovey plays Barclay, a regular Joe who finds himself in the middle of an existential interspecies dispute. The war between the land and the sea is an environmental parable and not very subtle one. They never are. But Tovey has buckets of charm, and the series looks like it's set to swim into pleasantly odd waters. Yeah, I think this might do well, right? I think they're hoping it's going to get good buzz on its release, and people will watch it over the Christmas holiday. Okay, physically, Tovey looks far more military than many of his military colleagues, but Barclay is actually a low-level desk employee, and the fiction. What was it? Low-level desk employee. Of the fictional United Nations Intelligence Task Force. No, it's Unified Nations Intelligence. They changed it for some reason because the UN didn't like it. Whose job is to sort transportation and book taxes. What unit or just Barclay? I think Barclay. Through some sort of convoluted HR error, he is sent to observe the discovery of an unusual species, collectively known as the sea devils, soon dubbed Homo aqua by weird woke fucks, essentially. These blue aquatic creatures prove to be far more than their usual sea life. They predate Homo sapiens' domination of Earth by millennia, and furious at the destruction being wrought on the oceans by mankind, they have decided to emerge from the depths and demand their planet back. Again, this is actually a good premise for a story, right? This is taking like modern things, modern day sensibilities, and it's a good idea. It's actually a good idea. If they hadn't spent the last 7 years wagging a finger at us, telling us what terrible nuts we are because we don't think chicks have dicks, right? Maybe it would have landed better. I don't know. This sparks a diplomatic crisis that brings a touch of Dennis Lena's underrated 2016 film Arrival. Excellent movie, by the way. Really clever movie. I liked it a lot. With the civilian lead attempting to navigate a complex political emergency with communications, empathy, and ethics. The blue sea creatures appoint an ambassador named Salt, Gugu Mbatha Raw, who declares that rather than the experienced diplomat selected by UNIT, the only person they will communicate with is Barclay. Now, why is that be? I don't know. We'll find out. As difficult days at the office go, accidentally stumbling into a top-secret military operation and then being chosen to speak on behalf of all humanity, mess that end up there. So it feels kind of like, Childhood End? Was it R.C. Clarke saying Childhood End? Where you had a very everyman as the central character. But the blue creatures have Barclay's compassion and fundamental decency, and his unwillingness to follow scripts of institutional politics. Framing the series as a debate on the world stage rather than an action romp is effective, and perhaps solves the problem of telling a big budget story without the backing of Hollywood megabucks. Yeah, again, this feels detached from Doctor Who, but feels like the most Doctor Who thing they've done in years, right? And like this is their swan song, really? I have to say, however good it is, it's probably too little, too late. But maybe it will get so much shit on TV that nobody wants to watch. Maybe this will take off. I don't know. This is not say the show lacks action. The Homo Aqua eventually retaliate, cartoonishly turning humanity's lack of care for the environment back on itself. The relationship between Salt and Barclay, meanwhile, looks like it may evolve beyond the diplomatic parameters, which brings to mind Guillermo del Toro's 2017 fantasy, The Shape of Water, which was his worst movie by far. Like, not even close. It's absolutely his worst movie. Because it was woke as fuck, right? I just woke shit everywhere. January 8th, so the next Extra magazine. So that's 5 weeks, I guess so. Adam M. ATL. Trevor R.C. Davis has appeared to be drawing on his own back catalogue, tone similar to 2019 sci-fi miniseries Years and Years, which was shit. It was shit, sadly, which recently found a new audience on Netflix than it is to Doctor Who, which suggests this can function perfectly well without a Doctor in the house. I think it'll probably function better, right? I think it'll probably function a lot better. So it's getting good buzz, right? The normies like it. The normies do like it. Oh, man, it's late. Fine, I'm gonna have to wrap up. I didn't realize how late it was. I got a bunch more stuff to get to. I'm back again. Everything's up in the air. Got the grandkids I'm dealing with and life in general. I'll be back on Sunday, right? On Saturday, I'm going to be on Dan's channel. What will we be talking about? I don't know. I just turned up at all. That's basically the way it rolls, baby. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. In about an hour's time, I think Dan's got his show starting. Go check it out. I'm sure some people... Oh, there you go. Darren M put it in the chat. Good for you, Darren M. So I'm going to hit the end broadcast, but I'm going to hit it again and say good night, good luck, and may your God walk with you. And